That's fun too. Hey Lee. Yeah. Trying out the new crank link. The other night's Oz cycling race. I thought it was the cleat that went, but it seems like the thread in the crank went and the pedal started going all flopsy. Is that the technical term? I think it is. It's completely messed up the thread, ripped out a bit of the metal. So I've had to find a new length to try. I've never tried this before. I think I'm at 65. It was either 75, 175 or 165. So reading up on it with my height, suggested 160, one of the calculators. I got no idea what all this crank length stuff is all about. I think I was on 170 previously. Yeah, had a blowout. It has been how many years? Because I've had the bike maybe 3 years now. It's had a bit of wear and tear. It's probably about time something broke severely on it. The good news is it's not making the sort of creaking noises that it used to make. I thought it was something a bit more serious on the bike. It turns out it was the crank position, crank length. Yeah, I reckon it has had a fair bit of punishment. It's got to be a fairly common sort of failure though. There's a lot of, not just saying my power is extraordinary or anything, but must take a bit of wear and tear. So as I was saying, I've got no idea about the length. What's good, what's bad. Someone was saying on a thread I was reading that the lower cadence the stuff that I like, maybe bigger, longer's the better. 175. Then others were saying shorter, 165 for I don't know, opening up the hips or something, or yeah, I don't know. Who knows? I guess today I'm just seeing how I feel. I guess all the other tweaks I need to do, which I didn't actually test before the race, like bike fit. Now I've made this shorter, maybe I need to raise the seat a bit more. So everything's going to be a bit out of whack in this race. I was going to do the Z race, but it was a points race, and Cat A I think had 0 or maybe 1 or 2 riders, maybe 1 rider signed up for it. And this is only 7 laps, 15k is probably good for a test, this one, just in case I need to make some adjustments. Yeah, you're saying longer makes leverage easier, but that's why I was wondering if I make it longer, as I'm a bit heavier than a lot of people on a bike. I was wondering if maybe longer is good for me, so I can let gravity do its thing. So I'm not sure. They said higher cadence is easier with shorter. I do like it with lower cadence, so I'll keep tinkering, I guess. Yeah, well, it's only a couple of laps and these guys don't seem to be going too hard. I've not looked up their stats yet. I might look them up and see what they're capable of. See if someone's a sprinter. I imagine with a Japanese rider and a Korean rider that they might try a breakaway before the sprint. I know I would. Well, there we go. See who wants to follow. G'day, Aaron. Hey, mate. And actually, hey guys. Yeah, so actually wasn't the cleat after all. The cleat had seen better days, so I replaced it. I replaced them because they were looking really haggard. Bits of the plastic popping off and probably still structurally sound where it mattered, but I thought it was them. When I changed and I got on the bike tonight to have a ride, my right foot was still wobbling all over the place every time I pedaled. It turned out that the pedal had basically ripped some of the thread out of the crank. And on the Wahoo Kicker bike you got a couple of options. You got 5 options on the crank arm there for different lengths. So I was in the middle at 170, and yeah, basically pretty much ruined 170 and 167.5. Just ripped a bit of or bent a bit of the metal, so it's not going to work. So I only had an option of going to 175 or 165. I've got no idea about this stuff. I was just chatting with Lee about wondering whether the longer would be better for my sprinting or not. I honestly don't have a clue. I kind of figured that if it's a bit longer, it might be better for the low cadence. I like to stand up a lot, so I don't want to have the RPM up high. And when I'm really tired, I just like falling on the pedals and letting gravity do its thing. So I guess we'll see what happens. I'll try and open it up a bit tonight and see what happens. Well, I'm probably not going to go full power because I'm a little bit worried that I didn't screw them back on properly. I didn't really have a good setup with the Allen key. Looked like there was quite a nice sort of bike specific long Allen key, which seemed to make it a lot easier for people to tighten these things. Because I had this little Allen key set that I had to use. I don't know if I've tightened it enough. But we'll soon find out. The thing is, your pedal, they always try and tighten themselves anyway, don't they? Yeah, and I'm 189 centimeters, and the measurement I read about was the inner length. So from the ground up to your crotch there, that's about 82 centimeters. Put that into some calculator and it came out with 165. And I was reading also that maybe you shouldn't go longer. So 165 maximal was what they were saying. Alright, Lee. Hopefully I can join you, mate, if you find a race that finishes or starts in the next 10 minutes. I'll come looking for you. Well, let's hope it's not a climbing race, Lee. But if it is, that's fine as well. Yeah, I guess I've got a good, I've got quite the benefit that I'm on the kicker bike and gearing's very fast, so I'm not waiting around for any mechanical change to click into place. So I've got no excuse about changing gears when I need to. So maybe the conserving energy thing is good for me. Yeah, the kicker bike is very nice, mate. It's probably not as noisy either. So it wouldn't be waking your baby up unless you're screaming and shouting and carrying on. I think the newer kicker, this is probably a V1 kicker bike, I think. But yeah, I still think it's great. So I don't know why this guy's slowing down all the time. I reckon he might do a big push on the last lap. What's the Zwift cog? Where does that go again? Is that the cassette? You remove the rear cassette and put that on? Yeah, I don't keep up to date with all this stuff because I don't need to. What was the thing before the cog? what did everyone get not so long ago that came out from Zwift? Had the virtual gearing. Alright, so what do you guys think? Should I do a long range attack, or should I just wait for the sprint and open up and see what the new crank length is like? I'm feeling a bit of a clunking going on in my right side, my right pedal. I'm a little bit worried that it's not on properly. Could that be the case though? Oh, I did screw it in pretty tightly. Alright, we'll go to the sprint by popular demand. I think I will be a little bit cautious though. I don't want to have a mischief. Alright, who do we think has got the biggest sprint out of these boys? I'd hazard a guess Madrid here is going to be a bit heavier than Mr. Kim, Mr. Fukazawa. It's going to be a bit heavier, so it might have a bigger sprint. Yeah, and that Zwift bike that came out, I know a few people have got them and a few YouTubers had them. They're quite clicky and loud. I didn't like the sound of them too much. So on my pedals, I want to make them a bit tighter. On the back of them there's this little red thing just on the inside, on the back there a bit. And it looks like it's got 3 positions. I presume that's to tighten up the fitting. I'm just not quite sure how I change that, whether I got to push that thing down or whether there's some sort of screw thing to do. You guys got any ideas what I need to do? Because on the top of it, top of the pedal at the back of it, it looks like there's a little screw hole or something. I wonder if that's where I tighten it and just adjust the red meter or something. I don't know. I don't know about this cycling stuff. Alright, the good news is I've got the draft band. Probably my favourite power up for a sprint finish. I'm not a big fan of the aero because when you're drafting, you drop the aero, your numbers drop right down on the draft. I'm never convinced that that's the best option. Clicking in and out tension, okay. So I'm wondering if that would help the stiffness a little bit. actually or not. Yeah, this feels the short crank link feels a bit weird. Small Allen key, alright mate, thank you. Seems like you need a nice few Allen keys to maintain your bikes. Everywhere you look's an Allen key. Alright, here we go. Just need someone to go. To stretch them out a bit so I can slingshot through. And if they don't go, I need to go. So this is the spot here actually. Alright, I'm gonna go now. Here we go. Oh shit guys, small crank length for the win. I've not done 13 for a long time. Hey Arctic, thanks mate. I feel like that's almost my highest for quite a few months. And I was quite impressed about keeping the numbers over 1,000 for a while. I thought I saw it in 1200s for longer than normal. So maybe the shorter arm worked well, eh? Seemed to work well. I honestly didn't think it would be more power, but maybe the RPM was higher, which made me able to stay higher for longer. Yeah, I've got to try and see where Lee is. See if he's down to the race and if I can join him. Yeah, Aaron, I think you're right, man. I really didn't expect to do that tonight. But it was a pretty easy ride. They weren't pushing too hard. I'm gonna jump off to try and find Lee. Feel like it's 5 seconds. Yeah, it's pretty close to the 5-second best. That was good. That. Oh yeah, 30 seconds. Got a best there. Nice. You'll be up there, yeah, and I know you are. You're not that far off, mate. Where's Lee? I wonder if Lee's racing or just riding. Garen, I'm sure you're not that far off, mate. Mate, yeah, you're not far. That could just be a crank distance, mate. And also, dude, you're like... I've got 30 kilograms on you. Your numbers are epic. Alright, joining Lee on the downhill. Yeah, I think you need to, mate. I think it's a bit expensive, isn't it, if you want to change it and you don't have the flexibility of a kicker bike. Sounds like Lee's not up for a race. With hill climb racing, that would have been Lee's one. Seems like a sad time of day to be racing. Alright, I'm gonna get on this one though. Alright, race 2. I do think I should probably change my wheel. Probably shouldn't really use, I don't know. Might stick with this one, they're pretty good. Leg snapper, yeah, mate. I sort of normally max out at 120-ish. But lately I have been more around, yeah, probably lower, you're right. I think I've always hit my biggest numbers when I'm around 120. I can't remember, I didn't see what I hit today, but the numbers were good. And it felt pretty good, it felt a bit more sustainable than it has been lately. I just find if I go over 120 previously, and maybe it was crank length causing this, but if I span up too fast, I would fatigue a lot faster. If my RPM was too high, I wouldn't be able to keep the power on the sprint longer. So I think I tended to account for that by going quite high RPM, but then starting to grind a bit more for the last bit to try and sprint longer. But I don't know, I've not been paying much attention lately. probably should go back over the videos where it felt good and just look at the numbers. Look at the RPM. It's a bit of a shame that I can't see what gears I'm in. So leg snapper, you've gone 165 over the winter and it's been feeling good. And how tall are you? Quite tall? Yeah, and it seems to be a delicate balance, isn't it? Find the sweet spot. My right foot is clunking again, so I do wonder if it's not tight or something. Can't be the case, can it? And I hate giving up on a race, it's the problem. If I stop to check it, I'm long gone. Yeah, right, okay. So leg snapper on 189 and what was I, 82 centimeters inseam. I'm not quite sure if I measured the inseam properly or not. But the calculator online I used suggested 165. It's the maximum length I should go. I didn't really have much of a choice. It turns out on the bike it seems to have broken the thread at 170. It looks like it's damaged 167.5, so I couldn't use that. Yeah, and I've tried that before, mate, they don't wait. So you can feel the burn. Is that what you're saying? So you're using more of your muscles and different ones. Yeah, right, so helps you get more aero. what I'm hearing you say. It doesn't matter so much when you're indoors. I guess you get used to the crank length. If you change it up, you might feel a bit different. I may have to stop this race, but I can't bring myself to doing it. That's it, bring them all back together nicely. I'm having trouble visualizing where we go to come back around for this finish. Can't be all the way back here at this town, can it? I guess it is. Yeah, it could be, hey. I'm just trying to... We've got to come back this way, don't we? I guess we go back over we do a lap and then over that bridge on the right. Or do we go straight ahead? I guess we go straight ahead and then around and then back over the other bridge. Yeah, I was wondering about that, Snapper. I'm carrying a bit of extra weight at the moment. I wondered if the longer crank would have meant I could use that weight more efficiently and get some more power out of it. But the sprint I did just then it felt pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to be bothered changing it up now that I've put them back on. I need to get the proper tool to make it a bit easier. Twelve to 5. So Jeroen, you're saying Dr. Google says most power, most torque comes at 12 to 5. I guess at about 3 o'clock is probably where gravity would help me the most. And just falling on the pedals, hey? I don't know, maybe I will have to experiment with this. I'm feeling a bit of a pinch in my right hip when standing with this crank length, so something's not quite right. I think I definitely need to get a replacement crank from Wahoo. Probably 2, because the other side didn't look so great either. Could also be my cleats, not quite aligned the same way, I guess. So I replaced those tonight. Let's see if we can see who's in this race. I've not done these Evo races for ages, but I used to do a lot of them. I think 3R used to do those races a lot as well. They don't seem quite as popular these days. I guess dead racing is sort of taken most of the riders. I reckon out of this pack, Andrew Olsen's probably the one to look out for. He did a little breakaway earlier. And he looked pretty strong. Put him down as 4 watts a kilogram for 20 minutes. I said race.bike saying I've got 15 seconds at 12:06 watts, so I'm going to try and do a PB on that one tonight, I reckon. Hey, what happened to that guy? He went the wrong way. Man, that'd be annoying, wouldn't it? Or there's lag or something, maybe. Almost dropped the drink bottle. It would have been a disaster. Once again, got the draft band. Looking forward to using that. I guess the finish is across the bridge, as Jaren suggested earlier. I do like this finish. Hellstrom's going long. Nice bit of draft down the hill. They're not pushing too hard, so I'm going to keep the draft band for the finish. I'm not sure. He maybe for this one. See if I can look it up. Maybe Zwift Power will probably have that, wouldn't it? What's this sprint called? Something reverse. I'm wondering where I actually see these personal bests. Horses, maybe? Oh, what course is this? Oh, man. Find it hard to look things up. Climbers Gambit route. Okay. I should be able to see my live racing thing, shouldn't I? Which is under segments. Good style. B-side sprint. Okay, primes. Bartopia sprint reverse. Fastest time. Man, I can't drive with power when I'm on a mobile phone. Segments. Topia, sprint reverse. Me. Alright, 10.1. Yeah, 10.1 is my best time on there. No way I'd do that today, because that would have been a ZRL race with probably 60 other people. Mate, you're not far off. Once again, I've got gravity helping me out down that hill. Maybe you need to eat a few more pies. Go on the Doom Guide training program. Eat more pies. $10.09's a great time, mate. And what race do you do that in? Because I think a lot of the good times are done when you've got fast riders around you as well, giving you a nice draft. Ashley knows where it's at. All these cycling coaches have it wrong, you know, nutrition plans. You just need to eat more pies. To be honest, I'd really like to be more like 85 kilograms than 90, 93, whatever I am at the moment. Thanks, Yaron. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is going so far. Hellstrom's giving it a bit of a push though. Might just keep an eye on these guys. Don't want them to get away. Don't really want to drag these guys back into it either. Make them work a little bit. So I like this thing shot early on this one. I don't think I'll leave it till the end. I think I might smash it up that hill. Try and get an early jump on everyone. I like to get a little slingshot on the little downhill bit before tight right hand turn up here. Alright, I think we're coming up to it now. Maybe I dropped back a little bit too far then. Here we go. Not too far. No, it might be perfect. Here we go. Oh, they're lighting up, that's good. Oh. Alright, grind it down here. Yeah, might be it. Legs are rubbing now. Here they come. It's gonna be close. All right. Yeah, so Lee just did that at night. So Lee did that in May, and when I was looking up the times, I got confused because he got a great time just then through the sprint, but obviously he wasn't riding with me, so it was kind of confusing that it came up. But it was because he was in A and I couldn't see him. Yeah, and it was obviously your tactical advice that did it for me there. Thanks, Ash. Thanks for hanging in there for another sprint. Didn't quite get the big power numbers, but I think I had to draw that one out a bit longer because I needed to get the breakaway. Oh yeah, it's great minds, hey? Great minds think alike. Thanks, Ashley. Lee, did you say something, mate? Oh, Lee, I would have come on, I would have had a ride with you, mate, if I knew. Sounded like you'd settled in for some zone 2 though. So Lee, Jeren asked me what my best time on the sprint was on this one, so I was fumbling my way around on the phone trying to see on Zwift Power. So I was kind of looking up the Kaboom races and then trying to work out the segments and all that. Then I went to this race in Zwift Power, looked it up and saw your name as the fastest time through the segment. That really confused me because I thought, what? I thought Lee was doing zone 2. It all makes sense now. No, so Lee, when I looked it up, you had the fastest time through the segment. That was probably after the first or second time through. I'm not sure what our times would have been on the last lap. So Jeren, that 1.1 was my fastest ever. That was quite a while ago. Yeah, Lee, you must have got a good time, mate. See if I can see Lee. Because Lee and I are probably both in Kaboom. Wow, so in the Kaboom team we've got John Larkin at 9.91, Rob Bain at 9.93, Zoom Guy at 9.1011, Taylor Swift 10.22. Where's Lee? Where are you, Lee? Lee Cassidy at 11. So that was probably not tonight. Maybe you did faster than that tonight. Yeah, my lower back's feeling weird after this ride. So I think the crank position's really throwing things out. So Jeren, you need to ask Lee about Alpe d'Huez or one of those crazy comps. Lee takes me to school on the Alpe d'Huez. Lee, did you do the Alpe d'Huez on the weekend with the Kaboom guys? Yeah, you're right, Lee. Probably seat height now that I've mixed things up a bit. Probably need to go a little bit higher now. I reckon Lee's Alp time is probably 45 or something like that. Maybe 48, Lee. That'd be my guess. Yeah, he's a bit of a beast, Yaron. He's a bit modest as well, so you got to sort of tease it out of him. The Alp to Zwift. I'm just going to look him up now. See what his official time is. What are you at, Yaron? Have you done Alp to Zwift lately? Yeah, so Lee, it looks like your best time in Alp to Zwift was 49:39. And that's on an event, isn't it? So, like, I'm looking at the segment times in Zwift Power. So my best time on there was 1 hour 15 minutes basically. So I'm sure I did that faster when we did the Alp to Zwift with Kaboom, or whose ride was it? It was I forget what the last one, I think was, what's his name? It was Ryan's ride. Yeah, that's it, yeah. Yeah, from that ride, I think, a bit under 60 something, maybe 52, 53. Yaron, do you do a lot of standing up? That's what I was thinking, Lee. That's all I could think of, mate, when I was going up there last time. Less suffering if you go faster. Me too, Yaron. I'm constantly standing up. I think I only sometimes change position to rest a little bit, and that's kind of when it flattens out a little bit. And that's not for long. Alright guys, well I better call it a night. Been fun, thanks for jumping on. Lee, let me know next time, mate. We could have ridden A together, even if it was just cruising zone 2. Not often we meet up like this. Next time, Lee, we'll ride. Maybe you too, Yaron. Although it might be a bit late and you might wake the baby. Alright, thanks for jumping on, guys. I'll see you soon. See you later, Ashley. See you, mate.